Today, we are going back to Unplugged Performance to do some upgrades to the Tesla Model 3 because we're doing a track day in Buttonwillow with Tesla Corsa. And so certainly we want to make sure that we've got every single upgrade, well, not every single upgrade, but maybe some of the top 3 upgrades for your Model 3 performance so that you won't really have any issues in tracking your Tesla. And so we're going to head on over there and I'll show you the 3 things that we are doing to the Tesla Model 3 performance. Let's get into it. And if you're wondering what track day this is Tesla Corsa, which is a partner of Unplugged Performance. It's a pretty cool event. I mean, it sounds like a cool event. They've got 3 different levels to this. You can do beginner, intermediate, or advanced. As you guys know, we're a complete beginner, so this is a fantastic opportunity to A, take our Tesla on the track and see what the limits are on a powerful 0 to 60 vehicle in 2.9 seconds. So pretty excited to see what actually happens. All right, so we're back at Unplugged Performance days before Tesla Corsa. Last time we were here, we did an inspection of the Tesla vehicle to make sure everything was good. We had some tips, set up the seating, steering wheel, and everything. But now we're back because we're going to do some upgrades, right, to the Tesla Model 3?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do any upgrades to get to a track. I mean, that's not a prerequisite.
Yeah.
But, like I said before, there are certain things that we can upgrade so that the day becomes, it can last the entire day.
Right.
The car's nice and happy.
Yeah.
And it's just, it doesn't have anything to do with, making the car go faster, but just more making the car last all day and staying fun.
Love it. So what are we doing today in terms of upgrades?
So like I said last time, brake pads, that's the first thing you should do because that's always the first thing that's going to fail for you. Not completely fail, but just lose efficacy over heat cycling. So we're going to upgrade the brakes.
Okay.
So it's nice and steady, same brake field entire day.
Yeah.
It's going to positively stop, so it's good for learning.
Yep.
And then second thing is maybe sway bar.
Okay.
We could just kind of tighten up the roll a little bit so that the car doesn't, do unnecessary movements, let's say.
Right.
Like,
keep it more stable.
Just keep it a little tighter, keep it a little stable, Yeah, and then going back to the brakes, I mean, there's rubber brake line hoses on these cars, and which is fine for the streets, but we want to change it to the stainless steel lines. It's basically stainless steel shielding over the standard brakes.
Yeah.
And what that does is it just keeps the brake line nice and taut, so that the fluid pressure moving through there, that hose doesn't expand and just make the pedal feel mushy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's a lot more positive in feel.
Yeah, that's cool. So just to be clear, like you don't have to do any of these upgrades. This is kind of just like you can go bone stock to Tesla Corsa or any track day, even like autocross, right?
Yeah, I mean, just to go through a misconception, right? I mean, a lot of guys that are performance car enthusiasts that's never been on a racetrack, they're just like, I need to do suspension, I need to do tires, I need to do this lap time, and all of that has to come after you as an athlete, develop.
Right.
So it's like if you upgrade the entire car, like, balls out, right?
Yeah.
With sticky tires, racing suspension, wings, all of that stuff, everything happens faster.
I see.
And your reaction has to be ultra precise, ultra quick. And normally when we go out for the first few times, we don't have that as a driver, right?
Right.
So it just makes the car a lot more difficult to learn in if you do everything at once.
Right.
So we want to take it in steps.
Makes sense. Yeah. And that's why you learn, like, as you go up these steps, like you learn stock first, and it is a little bit of overkill that I'm doing this before Tesla Corsa, but at the same time, why not?
No, we're the stuff we're doing now is not going to make the car feel sharper or any more difficult.
Okay.
It's just precautions, measures that we're taking to make sure the car lasts the entire day for you.
Perfect.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Love
it
it.
handles like a stock car still, but it's just all of the deficiencies that we're going to encounter. We're just going to take care of it today, so we don't run into it.
Exactly. Love it.
Still
So
stock tires.
let's head on in. I would love to see like the stock parts and everything before we get it thrown on the car.
Yeah. Let's
Sweet.
do that.
A few moments later.
All right. So what do we have here?
So we have
Whoa.
sway bar.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the front one for Model 3 and Model Y.
Okay.
But basically, this is a little bit thicker.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit thicker than the factory one. Factory one's pretty robust, actually.
Yeah.
But just, we have it tuned so that we can upgrade later for our suspension.
Okay.
This is like the first step. It's inexpensive as well. So.
Oh, okay. Nice. And this will just add like stability, rigidity to the vehicle.
Yeah, what this does is it's basically a straight spring if you think about it that way.
Okay.
So cars have springs, right? Coil springs,
Right.
that go up and down. Well, this adds to that,
Okay.
right? But only in the lateral direction, side to side. Because this works by trying to twist left and right.
I see.
So we're trying to twist this, and the thicker it is, the more difficult to twist, right? And
Gotcha.
it's adding spring rate to the coil springs
I see.
in the car.
Huh.
But only in the lateral direction. So on the braking, you're still going to get a weight transfer.
But it's when you're turning.
Right, because you want to set the car on the front tire, so you want the car to sink, dive a little bit,
Gotcha.
and that allows you to have the weight on the front tire, make it turn.
Right. That makes sense.
But we don't want it falling over to the side.
Yeah.
While it's doing that, then we overload the outside tires.
Gotcha.
This takes care of that. Next up is brake pads.
Okay.
Okay. So this is our own formula brake pads. This friction material is what's significantly different from a stock one. A stock one's designed to be very silent, inexpensive, long-lasting for daily use.
Right.
This is designed more for abuse, a lot of abuse.
Gotcha.
So stock brake pads will stop your car once or twice very efficiently, when you need to stop behind that semi on the highway. Yeah, it'll do it. But it can't do that 20 times in a period of 3 minutes.
Because that's what you're doing on the track.
That's what you're doing on the track. So this has a lot more metallic content. It allows you to dissipate the heat, but at the same time, it's a little bit of an upgrade, so you need to make an investment.
Right.
But this is one of the most important key things when you're attending a track day. Because if you can't stop your car,
Right. So at a minimum, one should probably look into this.
Right.
If you want to have a full
even
track day.
before suspension, even before tires, wheels, aero, this is what's going to get your speed.
Make it funner.
Yeah. And be, your car be nice and stable all day long.
And this, you can use this for street too, right? So once you do this,
so our formula, is midway between a track use and street use.
Okay.
So we're not going to be using this for, say, 24-hour endurance. That's yet another set of brakes.
Right.
But when you get to esoteric levels of racing brakes, you're going to have issues on the street because those brakes will not work when it's cold.
Gotcha.
It will not work when it's wet.
Right.
And it will make a lot of noise and a lot of dust, and we don't want that.
Will this make a lot of noise or anything? Or
No, this is just
fine?
like borderline
Right
useful.
before.
Yeah, so right in between, we mix of both blends.
Gotcha.
And there's a formula for every car because every car has a different size brake,
Right.
different weights, different power ranges.
Right.
So this is really it's a science.
Right. So this is like street brakes, but with the occasional race driver.
Sunday racer, yeah.
Sunday racer.
Sunday
There we go.
racer,
That's
yeah.
what it is. Makes sense.
Okay, and to support that, normal brake lines on a car is just a rubber hose.
Okay.
Okay, when you get on the brakes repeatedly, brake fluids get hot. There's a lot of pressure repeatedly.
Gotcha.
Rubber hoses kind of expand, and since it's the fluid pressure that's
making the pedal feel nice and firm and controlled. When you add rigidity to that hose, we're going to get a lot better pedal feel.
Gotcha. So it doesn't
And
give
a lot
out.
more stable, right? So brakes feel better when you change it to these stainless hoses. So those are only two things, or two and a half, three things. Just few things that we're not really improving the lap time capability of the car, but we're making the car consistent so that as you're learning throughout your first track day, the car at least stays constant.
Yeah, make it more fun at the end
Correct.
of the day. Love it.
Correct.
Sweet, can't wait. Sweet, I think it's done. Sweet, how'd it go?
Right, all right, Dennis, your car's all done.
Sweet, thanks so much.
Yeah, pleasure.
Nice. So what do we get done today?
Today we did pads, fluid, and then sway bars as well. So
Nice.
we have some fun stuff to play with, and it should get you a lot of seat time when we hit the track.
Oh, I can't wait. Thanks so much.
Yeah, pleasure. Let's get to it.
All right, so just left Unplugged now, and car feels fantastic. You can really feel it on the turns. Like, it feels just a little bit more stable, and so it doesn't feel like it's rocking back and forth. And the brakes, I mean, we were doing the testing with the brakes that you guys saw and how it felt, all that stopping and going. I had no idea you have to do all these different things when you put on new brakes, especially on a Tesla, or I guess on like any vehicle. But I'm definitely excited now with these 3 different upgrades, or 2 different upgrades for Tesla Corsa, to really experience this Tesla Model 3 performance at the track. Shout out to the team at Unplugged Performance for the upgrades. And if you're interested in joining us at Tesla Corsa, definitely check out the link down below in the description. But thanks for watching, everyone. Please hit that like if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.